It's a little after 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It is 57 degrees Fahrenheit outdoors in the shade right here. And then in the greenhouse it is 80 degrees. And that temperature sensor is reading not in the direct sunlight.
There's the temperature sensor right next to the 3 flats of basil, which have been out in the greenhouse since the sun has come out. The flats of lettuce, kale, and scallions in the back there have been pulled out of the greenhouse for the day, and the row cover has been pulled off these 30-inch by 30-inch trial plots, and also the sugar snap peas along the fence line here. Tyler reminded me that the scratchers, which dig up seeds, should have migrated by the end of April, so hopefully there won't be any problem with birds. Hey, so the sun finally came out. I've been thinking about I'd like to direct seed some things into the garden, but it's been so cold and muddy. I might wait just a few more days then though, so it'll dry out, and then I think I might go ahead and try to get some things into the garden. Also, I think that my lettuce is almost mature enough that I could plant those out into the garden too. I could have probably started seeding some more transplants, but it's just been so cold at night and even during the day. So, but I am going to get to that today. Dude, shut up. There's a couple of them around here. They're just being noisy. I bottom watered these 2 flats, and I've got 2 more still bottom watering. They were in a little bit more shallow water. I'm gonna seed a flat of lettuce, 2 flats of each kind, the green insides, red insides, green sweet and red sweet. And then I've got 1 more flat here where I'm gonna do some herbs, curly parsley, Italian parsley, 1 container of each, 2 containers of dill, and then I've got 4 containers of cilantro. And then I'm going to grab another one of the flats, and I'm going to do half of it in scarlet kale and half of it in Italian kale, just in case some of my kales, those little ones, don't end up doing very well. And what else do we got going on here? Oh yeah. Basil. I really need to do another 3 flats of basil, so that I'm going to take the ones that are already growing in the flats now. I'm going to plant those into the raised bed, the new raised bed that's out in the garden that the greenhouse is going to go on top of. But then we're going to move that other raised bed that's currently in there, out here. And so I want another set of basil going in there. Unfortunately, I didn't order enough seed, and so I'm going to plant whatever little bit of seed I have, and then I need to order some more. I also need to order some other seeds too, so I got to get that figured out. But basil is the most critical, because I'd really kind of like to get that started sooner than later. The other thing, last but not least, is sunflower seeds. A couple of weeks ago, William Coleman did a video with a sunflower challenge, and I'm not going to win anything, but I want to grow some. I'm really interested in seeing if I can't have them. I like sunflower seeds, not just for like, oh, sunflowers. I want some sunflower seeds. So we'll see how that works. I don't know if I'm going to try and grow them outside or in the greenhouse or what. That's the deal.
freezing temperatures were forecast for the night of April 28th, so I put everything in the garden back under row cover. The freshly seeded flats of lettuce, kale, and parsley went under row cover in the greenhouse, along with the more mature seedlings of lettuce, kale, and scallions. The freshly seeded, almost complete flat of basil and the herbs, the cilantro, dill, and the sunflower seeds went up to the house. With the sun being out the last few days, it's been really warm in the greenhouse, so I've moved the basil out there during the day, but they've come back up here at night because of the cold nights, and I've also put that little tub of freshly seeded scallions alongside them.
This is a hoe, kind of a Elliot Coleman style cultivating hoe that Tyler built for me many years ago. And he is dirty and rusty. I'm kind of embarrassed about it. But anyway, today I'm going to go over these beds and just quickly go over and hoe them, just for the little bit of weeds that might be coming up. With this dirt that we have brought in, there's just not a lot of weed pressure, so that's been awesome, but they do grow, and so I just want to keep on top of them. So I want to hoe these beds, and then the plan is to plant out my lettuce, maybe plant out some of my bigger kales, although it's kind of hard when they're in these cells to just pull out the big ones and not kind of accidentally pop out the little ones. And then also plant out the green onions. Those are probably going to need row cover just because Tyler's up early in the morning, unlike me, and he said it has frosted the last 2 nights. So our average last frost day is supposed to be the 23rd, but we're getting frost later in the spring this year. So I want to put row cover on the lettuces, kale, and green onions, but I don't really, the floating cover is fine for those things, but the green onions are so kind of delicate, so I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do that. And then when I get a chance, maybe not today, because I got to run off and do a few things, but I want to direct some more spinach, radishes, carrots, and arugula. So that's the plan for the day, or the next couple days. Shoot, I haven't even looked at weather. The last time I looked, they kind of had downgraded the weather, so we were supposed to have a ton of days in a row of sun, but it was, the more recent forecast said that we'd be getting some rain sooner. Oh wow, cool, it came up. Sometimes it takes a long time out here for the thing to come up. Yeah, bummer deal, shoot. Today is supposed to be sunny, partly cloudy. Tomorrow, same kind of thing. Thursday, just mostly cloudy, but a chance of rain. And then Friday, a little bit of rain. Oh, hey though, we're looking at just kind of cloudy and a little bit of sun popping out and maybe just a little bit of rain. So I might actually have all the way through Sunday before it gets serious with the rain. Cool.
1st, and I am still taking the basil up from the greenhouse where it has been during the day and up to the house at night. And then today I direct seeded a bunch of things, and I'm not covering anything with row cover tonight except for the starts, like the kale starts. I've got a floating cover over them in the back there because it's supposed to be 44 degrees tonight, and so even if they're off by 5 degrees or more, they'll still all be fine. And supposedly the scratchers, the birds that scratch up seeds, are gone by May 1st, so I'm just gonna roll with it and hope everything does fine tonight. Oh, let's turn you around. There we go. Whoa. Okay, let's plant us some onions. All right. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. There we go. All right, I've got this tray of stuff. I've never actually done this before, so this is gonna be just, I think it's gonna be a disaster actually. Oh my god. Oh, okay. We probably want to go a little ways away from the carrots. Let's just give it like a foot. And, right, this is gonna be a disaster. I think the one time that I planted carrots, oh not carrots, I planted onions, and what they did was, oh, let's just do 3 rows. But they were like regular size onions, and we actually carefully took them out and cut the roots neatly, and then planted them. And they were like, you know, and people say don't transplant onions, it just doesn't work very well. I think, let's go a little bit farther apart. This is a disaster. Just so that, because the as I'm transplanting, it pushes the soil up, kind of relocates. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be awful. Okay, no rocks. Yeah, see, like this, it makes the soil move around on the other transplant. Okay, buddies, sorry about this. Oh my goodness. It's like all these green onions taking up so much freaking space, right? This is stupid. Oh well. I'll read about how to do this afterwards. Okay, keep going here. Yeah, I guess I figure these guys will sit in the ground a while, and they're by the carrots, which are also going to sit in the ground for a while, so that's kind of my thinking about just stick them by the carrots. Which, gosh, I hope the carrots grow. I suck at carrots. I'm talking here and it's probably just, there we go. Okay, come on guys, let's go, let's rock and roll. Probably not even picking up my voice very well. Not that it matters. Okay, little buddies, there you go. Grow your little onion friends. Oh. And nobody likes to eat onions, right? I mean, as far as like critters, right? Like you plant onions someplace so that the critters don't like your other things, right? Isn't that how that works? Something like that. This is an experiment for sure.
go, little guys. All right, one more pass. Oh, it's cloudy today. It's supposed to rain this afternoon. I have to figure out whether I want to water everything in. I'm gonna water in the kale and the onions, just cause. And if I have a chance and it's not rain. This is supposed to, I think, just more like sprinkle. Oh my gosh, these onions are not gonna like this. Sorry, guys. Okay, one last guy.